watching Dante's Boxing Nation.
Dante's Boxing Nation, what's going on, guys? So the fight is only 1 day away, and the majority of people believe that Sergio Martinez is going to win this fight because of his size. Maybe he will, maybe he won't. You know, because of all the intangibles in this fight, all of the flaws, mainly the flaws is what I'm looking at, not just the strengths. To me, that makes this a very competitive fight. I know that the majority of people, they're looking at the size advantage and they're using that as the main barometer when it comes to projecting a winner. Now, no doubt about it, the size advantage is definitely a massive advantage for Sergio Martinez. But there was another fight that was kind of similar to this one, and I'd say similar just because of the size advantage, where everyone thought the guy with the size advantage, he was going to blow out the little guy. That was a fight a couple years back. You guys may remember it. It was De La Hoya versus Manny Pacquiao. You see, before that fight took place, everyone said that De La Hoya was going to blow out Manny Pacquiao. I mean, he was a huge favorite to beat Manny Pacquiao. People thought it was just ridiculous. I remember Larry Merchant was talking about it was ridiculous for them to even make that fight because Oscar had such a size advantage over Manny Pacquiao. Then, of course, once we got to see the fight and we seen Manny Pacquiao pretty much handling Oscar De La Hoya fairly easily and even stopping him, then all of a sudden, all the people who said that Manny Pacquiao had no chance because of his size, now they're all giving Oscar De La Hoya the excuse, saying that he was drained, he was this, and he was that. So that's just a scenario to consider when it comes to fights where one guy has a massive size advantage. It doesn't always guarantee that that guy is going to win the fight just because of that. See, what makes this fight so competitive to me is when I look at all of the flaws that Sergio Martinez has. Okay? Fair enough. He is the bigger man in this fight. But yet, at the same time, Sergio Martinez's defense is not the best. This is one thing I will definitely agree with Freddie Roach on. As a matter of fact, it was kind of surprising. You know, Freddie Roach, normally he just throws out, you know, some promotional type talk. It's not even real breakdowns of an actual fight. He'll just say some promotional type shit. My guy's going to win. We're going to get the knockout. Okay, I mean, a lot of times when he talks about the knockout, it really is just promoting the fight. But one thing he said that, like I said, he doesn't normally say is this guy doesn't have a good defense. He has a horrible defense. This is what Freddie Roach said, okay? I think he has a good point, and I think that this is Miguel Cotto's best chance is to capitalize off of Sergio Martinez's lack of defense. Sergio Martinez against Matthew Macklin, Martin Murray, Dan Barker, he showed a lot of holes in his defense. Okay? Once again, the mark of a very great champion is to be able to adjust. And being able to adjust, that means if you get caught with maybe, let's say, maybe one or two good-ass right hands, you say, okay, he caught me with a good right hand. I'm going to make sure I don't get hit with that shot again. Or if I do, it's going to be very rare. You know, few far in between, right? This is what the very gifted fighters do. They take away your best weapon. And I don't think Sergio Martinez, he has the ability to take away a person's best weapon. In the Martin Murray fight, Sergio Martinez, he continuously got hit with the same right hand over and over and over again until eventually that right hand knocked him down. Now, I know you guys are going to say, but you got to understand, Sergio Martinez, he had a leg injury. He had a hand injury. He had this injury. He had that injury. But those injuries had nothing to do with Sergio Martinez's head movement and defense. He just didn't have the natural defense to avoid the same punch landing over and over again. Not only that, but, you know, if you want to use the injury as an excuse, we can even go to previous fights. Like I said, Matthew Macklin, Dan Barker, before Sergio Martinez had the injuries, he was still getting hit with the same punches over and over again. What Sergio Martinez likes to do, he likes to put his hands down. He likes to bait you in so you could go ahead and initiate the attack, and then Sergio, he will open up with counters. That's what he likes to do. But when he does this, he doesn't have the best defense. And once people figure out the little trap that Sergio Martinez is trying to set, then they could easily capitalize off of that and just throw feints. Just keep throwing feints because Sergio's waiting for the counter. So you feint Sergio Martinez out of position, and then you could possibly catch him with something. This is basically what Martin Murray was able to do. He wasn't falling for the bait of just running into Sergio Martinez's trademark counterattacks. And I believe if Miguel Cotto, he follows the same game plan that Martin Murray followed, with a lot of feints, attacking Sergio Martinez with a lot of feints, feinting him out of position and setting up that beautiful jab that Miguel Cotto has, he would have a chance to be very successful in this fight, which is something I teach my boys all the time. Once you land that jab, that opens the door for many other punches to be landed. Miguel Cotto has one of the best jabs in the business, very deceptive jab as well. That's why he gave Floyd Mayweather, or why he was able to give Floyd Mayweather a bloody nose. Also, he was able to out-jab Shane Mosley. When Miguel Cotto was fighting against Floyd Mayweather, what made the jab so effective is Cotto would fire off these quick machine gun type combinations on the ropes, and then out of nowhere, he would come back with like 2 or 3 quick jabs. And Floyd Mayweather, he wasn't expecting that, because usually when someone is attacking you on the ropes, they usually just throw power shots like hooks, uppercuts, body shots, so on and so forth. You don't usually throw a jab at a person when you have them up against the ropes. So that was a little bit of the unorthodox style that Miguel Cotto he has. But realistically, you know, it's kind of textbook if you think about it, because when you're taught in the gym, after you throw any combination, you always finish the combination off with a jab or two. Okay, so it's really textbook, but people, they normally don't use it. Miguel Cotto, he's mastered that. And I think if he does these type of things with Sergio Martinez, if he pressures Martinez the way he pressured Floyd Mayweather, and he avoids the many clinches, because if Sergio Martinez is smart, Sergio Martinez will avoid an inside fight, and he'll just tie up on the inside. You know, if Miguel Cotto can avoid the clinching or a clinch fest, and he pressures him and he applies that jab, this could be a very competitive fight, and it could be a very difficult fight for Sergio Martinez. Now let me go ahead and talk about the things that Sergio Martinez would have to do to possibly win this fight. Now let's talk about Miguel Cotto's flaws. Now Miguel Cotto's main disadvantage, not a flaw, is once again his size disadvantage. Miguel Cotto, he didn't really look that impressive against Austin Trout, another southpaw. But these styles are different. You know, Austin Trout's style is a little different than Sergio Martinez's style is. Austin Trout, he'll stand in front of you a little bit more flat-footed. Sergio Martinez, he moves around a little bit more. But quite frankly, I truly believe that Austin Trout may have a better defense than Sergio Martinez had. So, you know, I think that Sergio Martinez, he's going to have to really work on his defense. He's going to have to improve his defense. He's going to have to use a lot of foot movement, and he's going to have to tie up Miguel Cotto on the inside, stay off the ropes. Sergio Martinez has never really dealt with a fighter who's short, compact, has somewhat of the turtle shell type defense, wants to get on the inside. But not only is Miguel Cotto aggressive, but Miguel Cotto has very good speed. And we already talked about the jab that he has. Okay? So, like I said, Sergio Martinez, he's going to have to use some really good foot movement and tie up on the inside. It's really difficult trying to pick a clear-cut winner when it comes to this fight, because there are so many different scenarios that could play out in a fight like this. Like I said, Miguel Cotto, he could possibly out-jab Sergio Martinez and pretty much outbox him while he's pressuring Sergio Martinez. But on the other hand, Sergio Martinez, he may be able to outbox Miguel Cotto with foot movement and tying him up on the inside. You know, so, and not only that, but he's going to most likely have a natural power advantage as well as the size advantage. So, you know, this fight could play out a lot of different ways. But, you know, if I'm forced to lean one way, I think I would be leaning slightly towards Sergio Martinez to possibly win this fight with his foot movement. Okay, foot movement in combinations. Now, at the same time, I will not be surprised at all if Miguel Cotto pulls off the upset. In fact, I'm going to go put some money down on Miguel Cotto just because I know he's going to be an underdog. So that's pretty much all I got on this one, guys. I'm on to the next one.